on my way to work. I'm not late for once, which is quite nice. So yeah, I'm heading to Google's office first and then gonna find somewhere remote to work. Finished up the meeting and yeah, I'm gonna head over to Hoxton to do some remote working and then we'll go from there. Good morning. It is the day after London. I am so knackered, like truly. I know this sounds very first world problems because pre-COVID, I used to do this commute every day. So 2 hours there, 2 hours back. But yesterday just took it out of me because I came home about midnight. I've got coffee in hand and croaky voice and jumper on because it's quite cold today. And yeah, it was a really fun day though. So just for context, I work in marketing and my usual kind of 9 to 5 is very, very busy. You know, talking to stakeholders, talking to media partners, so on and so forth. So yesterday was definitely a bit of a treat day in that sense, and we were very lucky to be invited to a Microsoft event at Fortnum Mason, and it was just really nice. Obviously met loads of new people. I actually bumped into an old colleague as well who I haven't worked with. I basically was a grad when I last worked with her, so it was pretty insane seeing her again because I'm in a very different place. So yeah, yesterday was so fun. I obviously went for a little bit of a shop at Fortnum Mason, like literally 10 minutes after the event, and I bought Dave some fudge back home because who doesn't love fudge? And yeah, and then I went to a cafe to kind of, you know, do some emails and kind of other urgent bits. So yeah, I don't want to come across as, oh, look at my work day, because that is, yeah, the day yesterday was very rare. I tend to go into London once a month maybe for like events. This month in particular, I do have more events going on. So next week I'm with LinkedIn, and last week I was actually meant to be with Spotify, but I was ill. So yeah, very lucky and privileged to be able to go to these events. But yeah, just want to caveat the fact that it's not every day. And my work is quite stressful and time consuming. But yeah, I then went to a restaurant called Carlotta. It's an Italian restaurant. I have to say, the food was good. I don't know if it was because obviously had a 3-course meal at the event and I wasn't able to like fully enjoy the meal, but it was, I don't know, it was just a bit lackluster, I would say. But I met up with my friend. So this is my kind of long-term friend. So our mums were mum friends. So they were pregnant at the same time. And we've obviously been in touch, but then when we went to uni, we met up at some like family friend party kind of thing. And we both asked each other where we were going to go for uni, and we hadn't really been in touch all that time, and turned out we were going to the same uni and we are now best friends. So yeah, it was really nice to catch up. She lives in Germany, so we don't get to do it often, and we were just talking about like old uni stories and stuff. So yeah, it was just fun. A long day yesterday. I didn't have the best of luck in the morning. You would have seen the snippet of me this morning right at the start of the video saying, oh, I'm early. So I actually ended up walking halfway to the station, and I was wearing flats, right? But I haven't worn these flats since kind of pre-wedding last year, and I don't know why, but they were so loose, and I think it's probably because my feet are smaller. No idea how that could happen. And I started getting really bad blisters. And I knew I was gonna have a really long day, lots of walking, and I was like, I cannot cope. And I was like, oh, okay, if I go walk back home, change shoes and then go again, I can get the normal time train, because I was hoping to get the train before to go and work from Google's offices from like 8:30, 8:45-ish. Came home, feet were red raw, I had to like layer up plasters, socks, etc. And I wore boots, which is a bit weird for this time of year, but they were comfortable, that was the main thing. I then got the train, and then that was delayed for about half an hour. I was sat in Woking for a long time. So yeah, it was just one of those days where I wasn't meant to go on time. So yeah, I was actually late for the meeting, but the Google team were quite kind, and we had about an hour-long meeting. But that was my day in London, and I thought I'd film it because as someone who doesn't live in London anymore, I really appreciate being there, from like the buildings, the front doors of houses in, you know, the beautiful sort of townhouses, and even the noises. I know this sounds really weird, but like the tube noises, it just brings back like memories of living there. I obviously was born there as well, and both Dave and I lived there 2013 all the way up to 2019. So obviously holds a special place in my heart, and hopefully you enjoyed that video. Not a huge amount of content, but I just wanted to, I guess, give a lens into what it's like commuting into London and walking around the wonderful streets. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.